In this video, I'll show you how to build a simple peanut butter bird feeder. Let's get right to it. I'll start with some pieces I've left over from a previous project. These two boards already have 45-degree angles at the ends, so I can simply align them and glue them together. If you've got uncut boards, start by cutting the ends at 45 degrees. I'll clamp these together and set them aside to dry. While I wait, I can measure out the length of the angle and get started on some roof boards. These will overlap, so one of them will be cut slightly longer than the other. To attach them, I'll pre-drill some holes, countersink them, add some glue, and secure them with a couple of screws. This glue-up will form the back of the feeder. I'll just remove these clamping boards that got stuck with some of the residual glue. After a quick sand down, I'll measure out and cut the board to length. This feeder will have two complementary feeding stations. One will be for an actual jar of food, while the other will be an open feeding tray. To make this tray, I'll start by attaching two side railings to a small base piece. Next, I can add a front board. To attach the roof, I'll first secure the back board in the table and then add glue. 4 screws will be more than enough. To even out the overall symmetry, I'm going to cut these two bottom corners at 45-degree angles. The feeding tray will be glued in position just underneath the roof overhang. I'll use some clamps to hold it in place as I drive in 3 screws from the back. The food jar will rest on 2 angled wooden brackets. I'll mark their positions with a pencil and then attach them in the same manner as the tray. Right between the 2 jar brackets, I'm going to add a perch for birds to land on. With a Forstner bit, I'll drill out a small hole. I picked up a tree branch that I'm going to use to form the perch. Using a utility knife, I'll first carve away the bark. Next, I'll cut it to length with the saw. I'll give one end a final trim so that it'll fit snugly in the hole. A bit of glue will keep it from going anywhere. To hang this feeder, I'll be attaching an eye screw into a pre-drilled hole. The screwdriver really helps to leverage it in. I'll use some basic wood stain to give this bird feeder some color, and then finish the roof with some protective varnish. Okay, let's get some seeds in the tray. For the jar feeder, there are numerous options to choose from. It is recommended that you use a bird-specific peanut butter or similar seed spread. Typical store-bought peanut butter usually has way too much salt in it, which is not necessarily healthy for the birds. I'll be using a sunflower seed butter that is high in protein and a good energy source. Well folks, I hope you've enjoyed the video and take away some ideas for your own bird feeder projects. Thanks for watching, and if you haven't already, please subscribe.